I actually don't know what this is. Absolution is the black sheep of the franchise. The other thing is, like, I shouldn't say I've never ever played a Hitman game before. Technically, I think around the time the original Hitman came out, I remember downloading a PC demo for that. And I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting and different. And then I just never touched any of them again. I don't know why. We're just playing other stuff. There's a million fucking games out there, and it's hard to play everything. All right, let's find out what Night Call's about. We'll get the timer up. Constantly missing good stuff. Well, and it also doesn't help, like, if you play a lot of long form games, or you just have, I don't know, life to live, you know? Yo! Dang, 50% for lightning returns. Halfway there. Moral of the story, don't have a life. I have no idea what this game is. I do not know what we're in for. So probably help if I switch the... There we go. Oh. Story. I forgot to change the... game. All right, I'll let this play and then I'll switch it. Because there's not really a whole lot I can do to... I think this is running in full screen, so I can't tab off it without, like, interrupting the video. Stylish visuals, though. If only I could afford to not have a life. Okay. I can switch the... Nope, not that one. Pay no attention to that. Ignore me. Here? Sir, can you hear me? Do I need to speak up? Okay, I'm starting the timer. Oh, what the fuck? Let me... You're fine. She takes a deep breath. Sir, you just spent 2 weeks in a coma. The word bounces around your head. You need a moment to understand its meaning. Coma? The word scratches along your throat. Yes, you were the victim of an assault. The word resonates in your head. Victim. You're aware a serial killer is currently on the loose in Paris. You feel the contents of your stomach crawling up your throat. Judge, as the people call the killer, assaulted you. The bullet touched your liver, and in most cases, it would have been fatal. He chose to put you in an induced. Your voice becomes more distant, fades. You taste bile at the back of your mouth. Your throat's burning. You hear a whistle in one ear. Your fingers move to the wound. Underneath the bandages, you can feel hard skin. It's incredibly painful. Did they... I'm sorry? Did they catch the judge? No. What about the cops? The doctor's silent for a second. A very awkward second. She hesitates. The police would like to see you as soon as possible to ask you some questions. After all, you're the only one who survived the judge. Noise in the hallway attracts your attention. Try to turn your head, but to no avail. You need to rest. She leaves the room. Her voice resonates in the hallway. I don't care he's the only witness. Another female voice joins in, a strong, authoritarian voice. You can't clearly make up what she's saying. A strange feeling washes over you. It's not pain, not fatigue. Some odd combination of the two. Before being in this hospital room, you never realized the anger was made up of a combination of pain and exhaustion. Anger. A feeling you know all too well. Days go by, and a month later. Night 1. This is a fucking vibe. Well, look, I got a bit of a problem. A real problem, that is. You have a pounding headache. It's your first night behind the wheel since the attack. You listening to me? You catch your boss's eye in the rearview mirror. Yeah. He stares at you for a second or two without speaking. Sometimes I wonder what goes on inside your head. You always seem so far away. I'm listening. Okay. He's watching you closely. And I'm make out what's going on in your head. You know what I'm worried about, don't you? I know. You're like a son to me, you know. I know. You know he's about to tell you the story of his taxi fleet again. When my father died and left me the store, I could have sold it. Could have retired, gone back to the old country. But you preferred starting your own company and hiring the local guys. Your boss smiles. You know he's told you the story a million times. And that's why I got 45 guys like you working for me. His hands flutter in the air. Oh, none of them are any match for you. He smiles. His voice suddenly takes on a serious note. Do you want me to go over everything again? He points to the equipment on the dashboard, the meter, the GPS. What's up, fellow pregnant Twitch users? It's me, full of gut flora. No relation to reproduction. Yeah, good idea. Right, fine then. First the map. You spot potential customers, try to guess where they're going. Then you decide. When a customer orders it, how you doing, sand showers? When a customer orders a taxi, there's no one else around you have to go pick them up. He shrugs. That's the way it goes. It's business. Okay? Okay. Fine. Got it. A little bit of time management. Need to take from HSR. Hawkeye Star is thoroughly railed for the day. I feel that. Police are positive he didn't. He attacked from behind. I fell to the ground when he took off. Silence. His eyes locked. He holds your gaze. He wants to believe you, to be on your side. He looks away. Anyway, I'll let you get back to work. Every minute spent in your taxi is a minute lost. He gives you a smile, half ironic, half serious. Good night. Same to you. Good luck. I'll spend the rest of the night dealing with problems and drivers. I wonder how and when the guy ever gets any sleep. Your boss opens the door and exits the cab. You watch him cross the street and enter the fleet garage. A couple of colleagues are milling about. Taxis are coming and going. They all ignore you, consciously or unconsciously. You're branded. You sit there a moment and turn the key in the ignition. The hum of the engine sends a tingle down your spine. It's impossible to describe how you miss that feeling. It's back to the night shift. Back to life. Despite the attack. Despite it all. All right. Just started Nightcall. Not sure what to make of it yet. It's definitely stylish. Barely got on the doctor route, but I side quested hard. Yeah, it's a game I feel like is worth just taking your time with. Sure, whatever. We'll accept. The door opens, your passenger collapses into the back seat. With the doctor route. On the Sinjo, the thing with not Dan. No, it is Dan. It's Dan Sue, I think. His eyes are hidden behind a pair of large dark glasses. Clothes reek of sweat and booze. A clubber. He mentions your destination. You start driving. A few words are exchanged. The weather, taxes, traffic. The visuals down here are actually really cool. That's neat. And you can tell it's coming. The inevitable conversation about the killer. Some bits of information, rumors, things overheard. Handeng? Maybe. Danhung? Make a mental note of what you heard. Who knows, it might come in handy. Your mind wanders. Your eyes vaguely scan the store windows. The sodium light coming off the street lamps feels like it's dripping into your brain. You're falling asleep. You need a bit of music to keep you awake. You glance at your passenger. Mind if I put some little music on? He waves his hand as if to say, who cares? You turn the radio on, pressing on the dial to find a station you like. 80s rock ballad, too soft. Behind you, your passenger's snoring. Barely. But you can hear him. Atonal classical music. It's like the orchestra's badly tuned. Rye. Not tonight. Two journalists discussing new evidence in the investigation into the judge's murders. The information they share, salon talk, nothing more. Seems important nonetheless. An ad interrupts the torrent of words and you change the station. Classical music again. The flute grates on your ears. Electronic music. You like the rhythm, but you're just not in the mood. Stop. You lift your hand from the dial, the music plays on. Not bad. Turn it up so I can hear better. He leans forward. Not bad at all. You hear the touch of an accent, probably an American, but someone who's lived most of his life in France. Leave it on until they say the musician's name. The music continues. There's something turning in the background. Persistent melody that gets higher and higher. Your client mumbles. I bet. The song is coming to an end and the announcer in a piercing foghorn voice throws out the name of a DJ you've never heard of. DJ Blunt. I knew it. You like his stuff? Yeah, it's good product. It's pretty conventionally structured, but it's super popular. He snickers. Still, I taught that dude everything he knows. Everything. In 94, at a party in the Rex Club, there's this kid who started buying me rounds. A kid no older than 17. Thought he was hitting on me. He would have been disappointed. Now he wanted me to teach him how to spin. I told him no, but you can watch. That's exactly what he did every week until he moved to Osiris. He sold X to pay his way in. Now he's on the radio. Silence fills the cab. Weighted silence. You can tell your passenger's mind is spinning. You know what he did this summer? He was the opener for the soccer championship. Stade de France. It was huge. Wonder what people'd think if they knew he was selling drugs at 17. He lowers his voice a bit. They only knew. You notice a woman crossing the street at the crosswalk. Someone knows how to say du neuf. She speeds up, and as she walks by, two men walking slowly. We ran into each other in Ibiza 4 or 5 years ago. No one cares about drug dealers who are children. Admittedly, yeah. I don't know why that would be, like, relevant 30 years later to be like, this guy sold drugs when he was 16. Like, who gives a shit? I was spinning in this little club, yeah. Really little, but it was something. He totally ignored me, of course. Even with those dark glasses, you can tell how angry he is. DJ motherfucking cunt. He suddenly starts waving his arms around. He rummages through his pockets as he says, your radio, can it take a flash drive? You glance at your radio. You really don't know what he's talking about. No worries. He lays his phone in the space between the two front seats. Listen to this. It's what I played tonight. It's mine. He sets his phone to play. But you know, people were barely dancing. A drum machine playing a hard-edged beat in the background. They were talking, taking each other's picture. They barely touch, never kiss anymore. Perfect dance beat becomes progressively audible. All that purely electronic crescendo plays is over. There's a break in the music. Synthesized strings calm the song down without slowing it to. Fuck me. At least. All right, I got people dancing. You drive to the rhythm of his snoring. The sound fills the cab. Ideas are bouncing through your head like they do every time you find yourself alone. The guy in the back seat is too old to be young. What? Look at your own hands. They look like they're suddenly aging in time lapse. You close your eyes a second. Only a second. When you open them, you reach your destination and pull over to the sidewalk. You tap your passenger's knee and he wakes with a start. Shit, yeah? We're here, sir. Oh, yeah, great. He rummages through his pockets and hands you a few rumpled bills for fare. Thanks, hope you liked it. The music, I mean my music. The song I played you. Should have been in the spotlight, see? 15 minutes of fame. Just a minute of... You hear him mumble as he leaves the taxi. Those whiskey and Oranginas really screw with my system. You see him stagger towards the building. Takes him several tries to get the door open. He finally disappears inside. You heave a long sigh. Okay, come on. Cat! Might be the drug culture, but oh no, a kid who is entrepreneurial enough to support themselves. Crookie. Absolutely accept. You pull up the sidewalk and wait for your passenger. Since it looks like a no-show, you get out of the cab after a minute or two to smoke a cigarette. Not much going on in this small town in the suburbs. A few apartments that still have lights on. A sweet scent hangs in the air. Eventually, you stub out your cigarette and get back into the car. You jump, startled. A cat has managed to slip into the cab. It's waiting on the back seat, staring at you intently. You sit there for a moment, considering whether or not to shoo it away. But just as you're about to wave your hand, the cat shifts positions and a slip of paper falls from its collar. You pick up the paper and unfold it. A fragment of a map of Paris. The Saint-Lazare train station. You turn your head slowly to the cat. He seems to be expecting an answer. You going somewhere? The cat tilts his head to the side, as if to say yes. You want to go to Saint-Lazare? The cat tilts its head again. Are you a dog? The cat slowly nods its head no. Your hands clutch the wheel tightly. The hell is going on? You turn around to face the cat. Okay, fine. I'll take you. You let out a sigh. Okay, fine. You start talking to yourself in low tones as if to balance the conversation. Normal. This is all perfectly normal. That kid probably had greater financial security selling drugs than he did trying to become a DJ. Fucking not wrong. You start the cab, but cast a glance at the cat behind you. You're the one who ordered the cab? You start to laugh. A few minutes go by. You try to break the ice. Simple questions are probably best. Everything okay? Neither a yes or a no. More of a plaintive meow. Meeting someone? No, that's not it. Cat's staring at you. The conversation seems to bore him. You seem to be well fed. Pretty strange, I must say. Did someone hurt you? A plaintive meow. You sigh. Your owner? Another meow, but longer and deeper. More heartfelt. You nod your head. What happened? Was it a man? No answer. A woman? Was she mean to you? The cat seems to be uncertain. She had other cats? The cat gives you a look full of disbelief. No, that's not it, eh? You're independent. You like to be alone, right? Your owner is overly affectionate. The cat lets out a string of insistent meows. Touché? That's it. She's too affectionate? And that's why you're running away? The cat's watching you with a steady eye. You're sure you're on the right track. You have to be careful with people like that. They suffocate you before you even know it. You nod your head. But you ran away. I meet lots of people like you. You stop short. But you were just a cat. You roll your eyes. Behind you, the cat lets out a quiet, reassuring meow. What I mean is, well, we don't even know we're in a cage. We prefer not to think about it. We're never fully aware of it. You look at the cat. I must be crazy. I'm talking to... You shake your head, pointing to a light in the distance. At Saint-Lazare. We'll be there soon. A few yards later, you stop at the drop-off area in front of the station. The first train doesn't leave for another hour. Where are you going? The cat stares at you without making a noise. Let me guess. You're going to come to the suburbs of Paris. You wouldn't have needed to come into town. So somewhere in the northwest of France. Your passenger glares at you. Cat lets out a choppy meow. He wants to get out. Somewhere by the sea, huh? Oops. Cat's looking at you and meows, a sharp sound, Probably a yes. A very hungry yes. For the fish, I guess. You check the time on the dashboard. It's time to go to get a real customer. You try not to think too much about the situation you're in. And you hope that no one sees you talking to a cat. I'll just start by saying the names of cities, and you meow when I hit the right one. You start to list cities in Normandy. The cat doesn't move a muscle. Cherbourg. The cat looks up. So it's Cherbourg. Getting close. Saint-Malo. Still nothing. I've got it. Deauville. A meow of delight. You're smiling too. All of a sudden, you're exhausted. Okay, come on. Time to say goodbye. You get out of the cab and open the back door. A bill has appeared on the seat next to the cat. It's enough for the fare. And more. Well, you're full of surprises, aren't you? I won't ask you where it came from. You smile and lean over to pet the cat. It leaps out of the car and darts between your legs. You can just make out its shape dashing up a flight of stairs and slipping between the bars of a gate. You get back into the car. You look at yourself in the rearview mirror. Your features are heavy with fatigue. Your right eyelid is twitching. As you start the car, you remember you're allergic to cats, but you haven't sneezed once. You pull out of the station. That was fun. I like that these are like a series of... yeah, best cat. I kind of like that these are just like a series of short stories. So far. This could be fun. This might be I don't know how often I would do this. But I might consider leaving this one on the wheel and do like, because it can get tiring to sit and just read for a while. But I could see doing these like once a stream or something. You met Peter, you fell asleep. Dude, the cat was awesome. I like that. 10 out of 10 game. I like that we picked up the cat early. That was charming. That was extremely charming. All right. Do I want to put this one back on the wheel? Cat sold it for you? I'm not gonna lie, kinda did for me too. Let me give it one more spin. And then I'll put me about 6 o'clock. Yeah, I'll probably call it there. Verlet.